The World Cup is special because of its format. You lose one game and you're basically on the flight back home. There are no do-overs, there are no second chances. All it takes is 7 games to decide who's going to be the world champion. And there's something special about that format. You see so many underdog stories created because of this format, Morocco being the prime example. So that got me thinking, what if the Premier League had this format instead of a 38-game league season? Would it still be Man City with all their money spent winning the league as always, or would we see some surprise winners? And so today I've created the World Cup, but I've put 32 English teams in, 20 from the Premier League and 12 from the Championship. And look at this, we've got the World Cup with all the Premier League and few Championship clubs. How cool is this? I'm already thinking who's actually going to end up winning this. Let's go through the groups. In Group A we've got Arsenal, Fulham, Everton and Norwich. Or if Arsenal don't top this group, man, honestly. Man City in Group B, for me they're the favourites, but hey, you know, in the World Cup, in 7 games, it can be a situation where the favourites don't always win. United, Palace, Southampton in this group. Spurs have got a tricky group. Aston Villa and Wolves. Newcastle have got an easy group. Liverpool's group is like this. Leicester City leads in this group. Chelsea, West Ham, Watford and Reading. Okay, before we get started, I want you guys to leave your predictions. Who's going to win the Premier World Cup? That's what we're going to call this. Okay, I'm making a wild prediction. I think it's going to be Man United. I think in knockout formats, yeah, I'm going with them. Top scorer for me, I think I'll go with Holland. Top assister, probably De Bruyne. So I think I should have put Man City as the winners, but let's see. By the way, I'm just saying over 65% of you guys watching my content haven't subscribed. If you do so, that'll be awesome. Let's get to 700k subscribers. And so the World Cup begins with Arsenal playing Fulham. Are we going to see an upset in the first World Cup game? No, we don't. Arsenal win their game. Okay. No surprises here as Man City win their game too, but it was close. That's what I'm saying. The World Cup format brings pressure. Normally you'd see City win 5-0, but look at this. Can you imagine a World Cup fixture like this? Nottingham Forest versus Millwall. This should be Championship level, but hey, it's happening and Nottingham Forest actually end up winning. And the team I'm betting on winning this tournament, their first game in the Premier World Cup. We need a better name for this. And look, see, I told you, Manchester United end up losing. And now things are incredibly tricky for them because they need to win the rest of their games. For once, Spurs did end up bottling. I'm curious this version of Liverpool in real life are tragic, so are they gonna bottle this? No, they don't. This was probably the most convincing performance actually. Are Newcastle gonna be like the dark horses of this tournament? I've got a sneaky feeling they are, but they end up dropping points too. Look at that, even Chelsea fumbled the bag, but a draw is fine because it still puts you in an okay spot. So this is where we are after the first round of match days. Arsenal are looking good. Nottingham Forest, top of their group. Can you imagine? Okay, this group is definitely the most interesting. I'm so curious to see what happens here. Spurs, Wolves at the top of their groups as well, expected. Newcastle as well. You wouldn't think Burnley would top their group. Bro, this format is literally perfect for Burnley to just defend in shithouse games. I'm curious to see how far Burnley go. Even Chelsea need to step up. If Arsenal can win this game, I think they should secure their qualification. But no, they lost. That's what I'm saying. This format is crazy. And now I think we've got Everton on 4 points, Arsenal in 3. Anything can happen here. Yo, honestly, Man City are just making this look easy at this point. They're winning games for fun. I think Man City are basically through. This is the game I've been waiting for because if things are going like this, Manchester United could be out. If they don't get a win from this game, Manchester United could get group stage. What's going to happen here? We do survive. Every game for Man United now is a final. But look at this group. Even another win might end up getting them knocked out. See, even Liverpool are struggling. They won a game. They've drawn one. They're still in a good spot, I think. Yep, they are. But I'm telling you, nothing's decided. Newcastle as well. They got a draw in their first game. So if they don't win this, they're going to be in trouble. And they do. So much for Burnley defending. That might be the biggest win we've seen so far. Lucas Paqueta is actually doing really well at this Premier World Cup. Chelsea only managed to get a draw in the first game, so they're under pressure. And they do step up. They do win this one. Okay, so every team has now played 2 games. And there is still a few doubts. In this group, Arsenal could still end up getting knocked out. Man City are basically through, so yeah, fair play. Manchester United need to win their game as well, otherwise they're going home. Liverpool as well. How are Luton Town top of the group here? What's going on? And Chelsea are in a bit of a pickle. Let's see what happens in the final match day. Everton have lost their game. This is bad. It's great for Fulham, but now Arsenal are on the verge of getting knocked out if they don't win their final game. Bro, this is literally a final for Arsenal, otherwise they're going home. That's what I'm saying. The pressure is crazy and Arsenal gonna win. They just just about do with a 78-minute winner from Martinelli. And they do end up topping the group, but Fulham are through as well. Everton and Norwich are out. Here I was thinking Man City are going to struggle in this format, and they've just destroyed every team they've played. Man United managed to step up under pressure, winning their final game, and they look like they'll go through as well. Liverpool get the job done as well. I think that should put them top of the group. Yep, it does. Ooh, I think Leicester City might be out. Yup, Leicester finished bottom in this group. 2 Premier League teams finishing bottom and championship sides going through. This is probably the group of upsets. Well, actually, Leeds still had a game to play and they managed to survive, so they topped the group. But looking at the other groups, Chelsea end up finishing second. And that plays a big role in, of course, how the teams are bracketed. Liverpool topped the group over Luton. Fair play. Newcastle only finishing second. Brighton topped the group. Spurs and Aston Villa through. No nonsense there. Palace topped the group and Man United finished second. In Group B, Man City just doing the job as usual. Arsenal managed to top the group, but only just about. So far at this Premier World Cup, the top scorer has been Harry Kane. 4 goals in 3 games. We've got Martinelli doing the same as well. Diego Costa, wow. Assist-wise, Jared Bowen of all players. Fair enough. But now the Premier World Cup actually begins. We've got Arsenal, Brentford, Palace, Villa, Spurs, Man United, Man City, Fulham, Brighton, Luton, Leeds, Chelsea, Liverpool, Newcastle. So we have some of the favourites colliding and also some, surprise teams that could make it to the quarterfinals. Let's see what happens. You lose here, it's over. So if Arsenal get beat by Brentford, their journey in this Premier World Cup is over. What's going to happen here? Are Arsenal going to win? No. See, that's what I told you. In this format, stuff like this is going to happen. Arsenal are not going to win the Premier World Cup. Brentford go through. Oh my God, I genuinely can't believe this. Brentford are through. Crystal Palace, Aston Villa. I'm just going to say Aston Villa to go through. Watch Palace win. No, Aston Villa do win this. Imagine the quarterfinals being Aston Villa versus Brentford. You'd expect Arsenal to be here. And this is another massive game that's going to take away one of the potential favourites. It's Man United versus Spurs. What's going to happen in this one? Kind of want Man United to win, but Spurs have been perfect in this tournament. And that shows Harry Kane knocks Man United out. And now it's Man City versus Fulham. I don't see anything stopping City now. I just feel like they're going to win this Premier World Cup easily. But bro, they're winning every game by 3 or 4 goals. This is unfair. Can Luton Town cause an upset against Brighton? I doubt it. It went to penalties and Brighton managed to somehow scrape through. Come on, Chelsea. Don't disappoint us. We want some of the bigger teams in the rest of the rounds, and Chelsea don't disappoint. Liverpool Newcastle is a spicy one as well, especially considering how good Newcastle have been in real life, but Mo Salah just about gets it done. And so we have our quarterfinalists. It's Brighton Chelsea, Brentford Villa, Liverpool West Ham, and Man City Spurs. So according to FIFA and in this format, these are the 8 best teams in England. All right, let's see what happens. Brighton, Chelsea, and look at the problem for Brighton. They've got McAllister sent off and unavailable for this game. And maybe because of that, Chelsea are going to go through. No, Brighton have made it to the semi-finals. What even? Aston Villa are going to be joining them as well. We've got Brighton and Aston Villa. 2 teams I'd never expect to be here. And now we've got Liverpool, West Ham. Come on, I want to see either Liverpool or City among the big boys, and Liverpool in extra time get it done. And so it comes down to this: Man City versus Spurs. Winner makes it to the semi-finals. City have been perfect all tournament, and that continues. Who can even stop Man City at this rate? So all that's left in this tournament are Aston Villa and Brighton, and Man City and Liverpool. This might be the weirdest World Cup semi-final of all time. Like, wow, one of these teams are going to be in the final, and it's Aston Villa. And of course, it had to be Man City versus Liverpool for the other game. Just insane. One of them is going to be in this World Cup Premier, whatever you want to call it, final. Who's going to go through? It's evenly matched. City or Liverpool. City have been perfect all tournament, but they end up losing in the finals. Well, semi-finals. And Liverpool in extra time come through. I did not expect this. Man City were literally like unstoppable, but they're out, and that's what this format does. Kind of explains why City have never won the Champions League. Pretty sure the Man City players just wanted to go home, but they now have to play a 3rd place game against Brighton, which they do end up winning. So City, according to FIFA, 3rd best team in the country. This is it, guys. The final of the Premier World Cup. Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Before we get into that game, I want to see who's going to end up winning the top scorer award. I don't think, unless Salah scores a hat-trick, it's going to be Trossard. And I think Son should pretty much get the top assisted as well, unless Trent picks up an assist. But this is it. This is it. Who's going to end up winning the Premier World Cup? Is it going to be Aston Villa causing the upset of the century, or Liverpool? It's the moment of truth, And is it gonna be? It is Liverpool in extra time. Of all players, it's Darwin Núñez who ends up scoring. That is crazy. Wow. So Liverpool have won the Premier World Cup. Look at that. Liverpool are champions of the Premier World Cup. There you go, boys. There you go. Liverpool have done it. And I absolutely got my prediction of Man United winning wrong. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, click somewhere here to watch more.